It's so exciting. It's like a homecoming because I've been on the road since January, pretty much straight. So I'm excited for that reason, just to be back in town. And secondly, I mean, this is a huge dream of mine. I never thought I'd be playing in front of this many people. I was a DJ on FM 94.9 for 5.5 years. So I worked street scene, doing what you're doing, interviewing bands. So I really never dreamt this would happen. I'm psyched. We're gonna rock. I've spent so many years playing coffee shops and small nightclubs and, you know, or rock clubs like the Casbah where you still have a cool intimacy. So I'm sort of excited and scared a little bit for the challenge of playing an outdoor venue in front of this many people. I think I've played for 8,000 people with Jason Mraz before, which was pretty nuts. But they were all seated, which is a completely different animal. So we'll see what the standing people do today. There's always a chance of getting pelted with a bottle or some inanimate object. Yes, especially when I was opening for Chris Isaak. Although they weren't my fans, I converted many a cougar, I will say. He has some really passionately excited women in the demographic between, I would say, 35 to, you know, 55 and higher still, but that's the main demo. So I stole those fans from Chris Isaak. Thank you, Chris. Next I'm gonna grow a pompadour. I think I could do it. I just have to go to Salon Tonic in Little Italy and get Sharon to do that for me. I would say more than any other music scene that I've experienced in my travels and whatnot, San Diego has to be the most helpful and supportive scene. Of course there's always a healthy amount of competition, but I've really never experienced it where in one town you just like drop a seed, like I need a bass player for such and such, and then you have 15 bass players at your disposal. Everybody wants to help everybody out. You know, people are constantly hooking others up with gigs and getting them on the radio, and everybody knows everybody. You know, there's probably a dark side to that kind of incestuous music community, but I have yet to experience it. I've just found a lot of great friends in this city, and that's why it feels like coming home. Well, I mean, I haven't been around it so much the last, I would say, 8 months, so I'm curious, like, what's new, what are people listening to, what's exciting? So I would love to hear what people are jazzed about. I just got my hair done and I ran into Kristen from Grand Ole Party, who I love, and she told me she's got this new band called Dum Dum Girls with 2 other girls. So I'm really, really excited to hear that. I think that San Diego's earned a sort of a reputation among others in the music industry without having so much of a San Diego sound. But people are excited about music coming out here. We have bands that, yeah, sound like, you know, beach rock bands or singer-songwriters. We have that scene, but then we also have, you know, exciting bands like bands that are defunct that still, you know, will rock in everybody's minds, like Hot Snakes or Rocket from the Crypt or Fluff or Revolver. And I think that there's a nice little mishmash of different sounds going on. Love Pinback, I mean, we're so proud of them. Greg Laswell, Tristan Prettyman, Jason Mraz, who I toured with this year. In fact, I toured with all the people I just mentioned, except Pinback and Fluff and Rocket. We need to get them back together. So I think there's a good, you know, sort of spectrum of sounds. I don't think it's all like Jack Johnson wannabes, or what have you. What people might believe a beach town to be all about. There's silent comedy. Brian Karsig, who produced my record, just started a band called the Nervous Records, and they're opening up for the Killers, which is insane. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening.